SQL from another dimension today. So far so good. What we have been doing is using SQL for data selection analysis, which is part of what you will be asked to do. Like I explained the other day, you can be given the data sets in a website, and for one reason or the other, you can be asked to query the data either by selecting some record, or that is from the main data set. You can be asked to pull out only certain column records, and that is the essence of the selection query statement we have been learning since. After this aspect that I'm focusing on today, the next class shall be on using SQL for aggregate analysis, like using all those summation, maximum, all those kind of counting. Those are the kind of analysis we'll be doing in our next class. So today we are focusing on calculation in SQL, right? Calculation in SQL. Then we are still going to mix it up with some analysis query statements, calculation. So we just want to test the ability of SQL to perform basic calculation. Just want to test if, for example, we have in a data set, we have let's say we have customer's name, we have product name, we have quantity, we have rate, but we don't have total. Pay attention to what there are some data you'll be given to analyze. You may need to add more content. You may need to re-engineer the data for you to get your facts. Like the data we're talking about now, you are given a data set. It's a 6 data set that has the following columns. Serial number is there, customer names, product name, the quantity, and the rate, but total is not given to you in that data set, and you are asked to analyze the total sales from that kind of data set. What will you do? It means that we are going to create additional column. We don't need to go back to the owner of the data. From that data we are given, in as much we have quantity, please pay attention, in as much we have quantity, we have rates. That is what we need to create the column for total. What is total? You multiply the value of quantity by the value of how much one was sold, which is rate. That is what they did not compute right in Excel before that data was given to you. Now that you have such data, how do you how do you derive such value? And that is why this calculation in SQL comes in. You are going to multiply the quantity by rate, and then you will now indicate that the answer, the result that is going to produce should be outputted in a new column. We can do for division as well. We can do for addition. We can do for subtraction. That is just what I want us to know, that with SQL you can write query statement that can multiply column value. You can write query statement that can subtract column value. So let's get question. Now I am working with the salary payroll data, so you should stay on that. Open it, run it for me, the salary, that NIT, so that people can know. You are not seeing my screen, so I'll be working with this whole screen. Just display the record in that NIT project. So that's the data I'm working with. So all I need to do is to call it. You can do that as well. Call that data. You can create another query tab and call that data, or you continue from where you have been working. So I can just say select from select from, this is query statement you already know. Select from the name of the table that contain the values you want to work with. Now if I execute, I should be seeing something like what you have on the screen. Now, we have, let's assume that we don't have net salary. So like that expression I was giving now, let's say this is sales report now. So in this case now, I'm going to generate another column just to practice, because I don't have data that fits what I just explained now. So here I will say, okay, there is another analysis that is required for me to present, that will require multiplying net salary by basic salary, let's say for instance. Or okay, yes, let's say we want to work with that. So we have so what we are going to do here, so I will write the syntax on the board, then you copy. Then while you are implementing, then I can also implement mine, just for you to know how to go about it. Calculation. So the statement is going to be select, so we'll convert this to our own data now. Select total. Let's avoid this reduction. Sit where you want to sit. Which one is the so select total, command, actual cost or actual price, select total, actual cost, slash quantity from table name. Table name. Table name. And the column issue output should be, let's say total. We have total price. We have total. Okay, let's say total price. So just to differentiate the other one. Then you put this in single quotation. Now, what we are saying is this. What we are saying is this. From the salary payroll, display total. Display total, and then display total. Now divide actual price by quantity. The result you are going to get, create another header, name that header total what price, and put the answer there. That is the meaning of what we are saying. Now let's assume, like I said before, let's assume you have this as your data set. You have product name, you have QTY, you have rates.
and they give you the data like this. And they are asking you to analyze what? Total what? Sales. Which means what they will have done before giving you the data is to multiply this, right, by this and write what? Total. But they did not give you this code, but they want you to generate those values there. So what I will do in this case is to write select, I'll select what? Select product what? Select product name, comma, then the quantity. I still want to see it when you output the result. I want to see the actual quantity, comma. I still want to see what? The rates in your results. What SQL will generate. Then after this, I will now put a comma here. Then take this again, that is a rates times what? Quantity. And then say what? Display it as what? Total. I don't know if you understand the logic now. This is what I'm looking for. So what SQL will do is that it will produce another data set. That data set that is going to produce will now carry what? Total. And then the result of multiplying the value will now be under what? So that is the calculation we want to do. So but in our own case now, let's work with the data we have there now, so that you know what it depends. I think we can also work with that Yargon data. Since that one is says we have quantity there, right? And then we have total there. Then we can say, okay, we want to generate. So in this case now, we assume that I'm taking what we have in that Yargon data as total, as rates now, just for the sake of our implementation now. And I'm taking quantity to be what? The actual quantity. Now I'll do as if I want to generate what? The total. Since I've converted the total there to what? Rates. So if that is the case, I will now write select. What are the headings in that Yargon data? Somebody should quickly help me. The results should display the what? The city. I am specifying the what? The columns I want to see their details alongside with the results. I can skip some. I don't want to see serial number. So I want to see what? City. I want to see branch. I want to see customer type. Customer type. I'm okay like this. I want to throw the rest away. Then I'll just focus on the arithmetic I want to do now. Now, from that data set, comma, total, right? Total, divide by what? Let's say we are dividing total with the quantity. Let's say that is what we are asked to do. Remember that this place that we are using division sign, we can use what? Times, we can use minus. Because that is the essence of what we are doing today. How we can perform some arithmetic what? Calculation with SQL. Because you need this when you are given some data where you need to generate additional column before you can answer some question. Now, we are dividing this by what? The quantity. Then the column take the result of this and place it under what? This column that you are introducing. And the column should be, let's say what? This is total. Let's say read total. I'm just forging this. So the answer this will generate will be placed under this. And then as it's showing us these results, it's not going to show payments that you have there. Because payment is not selected as you can decide on your own to say that it is only that result column you want to see. It means that what? You no longer mention what? Anything here. Okay, so let's implement it on that data set. Implement this. Let's say the result is going to generate. Okay. Okay, so go to your SQL, call the data, select asterisk from, start by calling your data first, supermarket, and then execute. So this will just allow you to study the data, then go back, and so select city, select city, comma, branch. The branch, the B is capital letter, right? Branch, select customer type, okay, in this case, then I will say total divided by quantity, divided the quantity, the Q is capital letter, let me go, okay, quantity as a column name, like I said, total. Then we run. So we need to indicate something is missing here. We did not add the name of the table. Select what? This, right? We not put what? From the table name. Because all these need to be referenced to a table. So after you have indicated that who has executed? Anybody? Remember, this is where you are putting. This is where you are putting the from. The from is coming before this as a from table. From table. So this is what we are going to have here as the last Right on. So here, what we get here, from table name. From table name. And make sure that you don't add comma between this and this. Don't add comma here, please. Don't put comma here. Between this column header and the last, don't add comma.
Just be space. Just space. Don't add comma.